I just think the Afghanistan cricket team is such a fantastic team to watch because we've seen so much growth and progression over the years. You know, looking from the 2019 World Cup, I believe that was their first World Cup that they played. Then coming into the 2023 World Cup, being semi-finalists, you know, playing against Australia and almost winning that game. And then 2024 coming in now Super 8, getting their revenge and beating Australia. That's something that every team wants to do, right? And especially, you can see that the players are so happy in the 2024 World Cup. And it's a little bit of a kind of like rivalry, you know, revenge type thing. Because Australia eliminated Afghanistan from the 2023 World Cup. And now Afghanistan has come and put pressure on Australia in the 2024 World Cup. Let's break it down a little bit, right? So what helped Afghanistan in this game? What gave them the upper hand or advantage over Australia? Well, let's look at the two teams and their strengths and their weaknesses. So I would say Afghanistan's strength is spin bowling. You know, they have fantastic spinners like Rashid Khan, Gulbadin, right? Very good spinners. Then Australia has really good fast bowlers like Pat Cummins, Hazelwood, you know, so Zampa, they have very good bowlers, right? So both teams have very good bowling attacks, but both teams' bowling attacks are very different from each other. You know, Afghanistan has spin and Australia has fast bowling. So there are those differences. And I would say Australia's weakness, as we've seen in this match, is that Australian batsmen struggle to hit spin. And not just like Australian batsmen, like spin is something that's hard to hit. But also you have to keep in mind that the Caribbean is very, very spin-friendly pitch. So if your team strength is fast bowling, your pitches in Australia, like Gabba, revolve around fast bowling, then hitting spin is already a bit of a challenge. Plus, a spin-friendly pitch is a little more difficult. So this gave Afghanistan an advantage. And Afghanistan played this advantage forward very, very well. They picked up wickets and whatnot and stuff. And the pitch is also partially the reason why Australia wasn't able to give Afghanistan the same counter-attack bowling back. Because obviously spin is going to work a lot better on a spin-friendly pitch than fast bowling. But Australia, being the powerhouse team that they are, still delivered with their fast bowling. I believe Pat Cummins picked up a hat-trick, and Afghanistan would have scored a lot more if Australia wouldn't have picked up fast wickets towards the end. And also, what gave us Afghanistan that advantage? Their openers, Gurbaz and Ibrahim. I probably pronounced those wrong, but gave Afghanistan a very, very strong start. They didn't lose any wickets during power play, and they got to 100 for no loss, I believe. And that's fantastic. If your openers can give you a start like that, that's amazing. Both got half centuries. It was a game well played, and it gave Afghanistan a strong start. Now, Australia had a little struggle in the fielding. We could see that there were a couple of drop catches and whatnot and stuff and run out attempts, but it was a fantastic knock from Afghanistan. Now, here's where the Super 8 semifinals qualification details come in. So, Afghanistan, sorry about that, my security system, but Afghanistan beating Australia means that Australia have won one and lost one. And Afghanistan have also won one and lost one. They lost to India, they won against Australia. Australia won against Bangladesh, and they lost to Afghanistan. So now, if India can beat Australia and Afghanistan can win against Bangladesh, then this puts Australia in jeopardy of their qualification, because then India will immediately qualify #1 spot with 3 straight wins, and Afghanistan will qualify with 2 wins and 1 loss. But Australia will be knocked out with 2 losses and only 1 win. And this would be great for any sports team fan other than Australian, especially the Indians fans, after 2023's rough, dark final. It was a rough time for all of us. But I mean, any Indian fan wants Australia knocked out. Any fan wants Australia knocked out, except for Australian fans. I do too. No hate or anything bad against the Australian team. They're such a good team. That's why we don't want them to qualify higher in the semis, because it gives our team a better chance. So, tomorrow is the El Clasico, the match that everyone has been waiting for, or I have really, really been waiting for. India versus Australia. Will it be revenge? Will it not? Either way, I think India will qualify. It's a pretty steady qualification. But if they can just beat Australia, that'll be like the cherry on top of the sundae. and that'll be amazing for all Indian fans. And I would confidently step forward and say India has a very, very good chance of winning this 2024 World Cup. What has it been? 17 years? 17 years, I think. Maybe I got the math wrong, but it'll be coming home, like the trophy's coming back to India after the classic 2007 first year. I think India can bring it back this year, and they have that motivation from the last trophy that was just slipped out of their hands. And we saw what happened with teams where they just, like, the game is in their hands and it slips for them. They get their revenge, and I truly believe India will do that. So I'm excited for tomorrow. You guys should be excited for tomorrow, and we'll see what happens tomorrow.